Hey everybody, it's Patrick from the Master Knife Shop coming to you with another review. And you guys know I usually do knives, but today I'm going to do a multi-tool. It's a Leatherman Signal, and this is my favorite Leatherman out there. And I'll get into some cool things about that in a minute because the tools on this are specific to just the Signal. It's really cool, and we'll get into it in a second. Of course, it does come with a really nice nylon sheath, as usual with their stuff. And this is their box that it's going to come in. I do like the fact that it has a nice little handout in there. And this particular handout, it covers everything. You got your warranty information, well covered by them. It's got maintenance information on how to take care of your piece. When you fold the whole thing out, it has all the different Leathermans and what the tools are. And this is the Signal right here. It has 19 different tools on the Signal. So pretty cool. I like that they include that in the box because no confusion later when you're checking out your tool and trying to find out what's what. This particular tool was made specifically for people in the outdoors. You camp, you hike, you hunt, you just like spending time in the outdoors. This was built for you. Some of the fancier tools that might be on the other Leathermans are not here. This one, of course, still does have regular needle nose pliers, regular pliers. It has wire cutters. It has hardcore wire cutters on the inside. It's got, if you fold it back up like you do, you're going to see that, of course, it has your knife blades. Comes out like that. Really nice. It's got partial serrations for you to do some cutting rope or other things out in the brush. It does have a liner lock right here. So you just press there and fold it in. I like that it locks in your hand there. The other side, you flip it around, pull it out, and it's got a really nice saw blade. Let's take a look at that. If you want to cut up some kindling, you're out in the campsite, just break it down a little bit to build your fire. That's what the saw is for. It also has the liner lock on this side. So close it up nice. That's really good. Some of the standard tools that this is going to come with, as you're used to, you pop this out. There's some of your standard stuff. You have an awl with a thread loop. You also have a can opener. You also have a bottle opener. This right here, let me get these out of the way. This right here, that is your Phillips head. You pop it out, flip it around. You have a regular screwdriver. These also do lock in place, so when you're using them, it's not going to fold in on you. Right here is your release button. You push right there, and this will fold back into place. So very cool. Now, what are the cool things about this that are different? First and foremost, let's close this back up and show you some stuff on the outside. This is specifically for people who are hanging out in the woods, camping, hiking, hunting. This is a ferro rod. So if you got wet matches, flip over the back end of your knife, scrape, scrape, and it'll spark up. That comes with it. That's a ferro rod. This side is a knife sharpener. So how do you get that out? This is a diamond-coated sharpener. You're going to press right here, slide it back, piece comes out, and there you go. You can sharpen your knife, and again, lay it piece right in there, squeeze down, push forward, and it's back in place, locked in. One more cool thing, suppose you're out gathering some firewood, you get kind of lost in the distance, and you look up and you're not quite sure what happened, and you look around, where am I? There's a whistle. So right here, there's a little clip. Pull the clip, push it out. Right there is a safety whistle. Blow that hard. You can have your friends locate where you're at and come find you. So pretty cool addition. It's on the back side of the ferro rod. It just pops out. Again, you just put it right in the little groove there, snap it in place, and it's back into place. Also on this particular thing, this tool, you have a hammer on the back end. Very cool. So hammering in stakes. It has a carabiner clip for clipping on your pack or wherever you want to do it. It has a clip. So if you don't happen to want to use the nylon sheath, you can still clip this in your pocket. It also has a lock right here. I'm going to see if I can get that in the camera shot. Right there's a slide lock. Pull it down and it locks it closed. And what that's great for is if you're using the knife or using the hammer, boom, this is not going to swing open on you. It stays locked closed. Really cool feature there. In that same corner, you have some bit drive holes. You have some box wrench holes, just kind of some stuff that you might or might not use on that campsite. But as a typical Leatherman, they like to add as many tools as possible into a small package. So really great job. Now, as far as the steel on this thing, there's 3 different steels, which is kind of cool in its way because each one has its own purpose. This blade, which is your main cutting tool, this is 420HC, and we're going to cover that in the specs in just a second. That's cool. And then when you pull the saw blade, you need a little more strength, a little more durability. This is 440C. So you got to have a little bit better steel there. And really the toughest place, really, if you think about it, is going to be wire cutters. Those guys need the best. And those guys are 154 cm steel. And those are replaceable wire cutters, by the way. So if they dull up on you, you can get a hold of Leatherman, order some new wire cutters, and that will be great. Let's take a look at the specs on this. Now remember, specs, pricing, and links to purchases are in the description. So if you want to go over that again once we're done, go ahead and check that out. So the specs on this, the weight on this is going to be 7.6 ounces. Expected to be a little bit heavier just because it is a multi-tool. It's a great tool. I love this tool, outdoorsman tool. As far as open length on this, if you're going to pop this open, let's go ahead and release the clip. And open length on this, if it matters for those, it's 7 inches. Closed on this is going to be 4.75 inches. Pretty compact, like most Leathermans this size. You won't feel like it's overpowering your pocket. Doesn't overweigh your pocket. Blade length that works on this particular knife, when you use your knife, the blade length on this is 2.75 inches on the working edge. So from here to here, 2.57 inches. Plenty to work with for a campsite. Remember, this is a multi-tool, not some big bushcrafter knife. So you got to remember that when you're doing that. Let's take a look at the steels now just to see where they fit on our steel chart. Remember, the blade we're talking about is 420HC. In our chart, we're going to look at edge retention, toughness, and corrosion resistance. 420HC is up top here. Edge retention is medium to medium low. Why is that important? Because you're in the outdoors, it allows you to put a very quick edge back on when it starts dulling up on you. But toughness wise, because you're in the outdoors, you notice 420HC is super, super tough on the toughness chart. And corrosion resistance, because they're in the outdoors, they do a great job with the stainless properties for that knife blade. Now to jump down a little bit, well, what was tougher for the saw blade? You can see right here, I'm going to jump up to here. This is 440C. So you do want better edge retention on that saw blade. It's not quite as tough, but you don't need it to be tough, but it does have plenty of corrosion resistance because, again, it's an outdoors piece. And then, of course, you're looking at CPM 154CM. This is your wire cutters right here. And you can see edge retention. That should last you pretty well, unless you're an electrician using this every day, which is really not what this was built for. It's really going to hold up well. I kind of feel like they put the wire cutters in there because it's part of a Leatherman thing. I don't see you cutting wires when you're out in the brush somewhere, but hey, who knows? You never know what you run into out there. So, and you can see the corrosion resistance on the wire cutter is, again, great. So all 3 different steels serving a purpose on this particular piece. This Leatherman Signal is really a great outdoorsman's piece. I really, really like it. It is my favorite multi-tool. Leatherman puts out a lot of stuff out there, and they really did a great job, especially adding the sharpener, adding the ferro rod, adding the rescue whistle. They just went the extra step for people who spend time in the outdoors. So I really think it was a really greatly well done job. I like the fact that the price only comes in at $139.95, and you can get this on our website or in our knife shop. Come see us and pick one up there. But that's a great price for something that is so versatile as this thing right here. Loving the Leatherman Signal. So that's it for the Signal from Leatherman. Hope this was helpful and the information was helpful. Before you go, do me a favor and hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell and make sure you get some new content every time we send stuff out. We're putting stuff out almost weekly, and we love to see you out there checking us out. So that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we will catch up with you next time.